Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Apparently, Tolkien's IP, The Lord of the Rings, and his collective works for distribution rights are being sold for $2 billion. Now, that's all well and good. Gaming and movies and whatnot. It's just that I think it is a monumental mistake. You see, everybody is saying, "Oh, this might be, oh, this is good or a good thing and whatnot." No, it isn't. No, it is not. After the contracts are up, the Tolkien estate should just cease allowing Tolkien's works to be perverted. Today's time has shown that most, in fact, almost all rich and powerful companies are jumping on the woke bandwagon. So you know that there's going to be virtue signaling with any sort of distribution rights. There's going to be all sorts of tokenization and identity politics pandering. And I'm sorry, I do not think that this is a good idea. I really don't. And I'm entitled to my opinion, as is everyone else. I'll agree to disagree with some. But what I will never agree with is that Tolkien's work should be continued to be put on the live screen. I'm sorry, but look at what is going on nowadays. We are seeing franchise after franchise after franchise go the way of identity politics, where they are focusing on pushing agendas over story, where they are pushing identity over story, where they are constantly changing the actual story for the sake of identity politics. Now, a lot of people have complained that Lord of the Rings was too white back in the day. Well, actually, now they're complaining about it, but they're saying that when it was made, it was too white. Well, here's the thing. During Tolkien's day, he had created a very diverse realm. Men, elves, dwarves, orcs, Maya, Ainur, Valar. He created several different, or hobbits even, Ents. He created so many different races. But people are focused on how they should be of earthly racial stereotypes. People who are supposed Tolkien fans that are bitching about this stuff, I honestly don't consider Tolkien fans. And if you accuse me of gatekeeping, go right ahead, because I will defend the memory of the greatest writer of the 20th century. A person who created a mythology from his own head, who used his education to create a whole universe or world, who created a history of it, whose family also helped do it. And nowadays, with the rise of identity politics and wokeism, you think, or do I think it's wise that the rights for distribution of games and whatnot are going to go to one of these companies like possibly Disney? Fuck no. I do not think it is right. In fact, I think it is downright evil. It would be the equivalent of giving Sauron the ring. I think that it is an extremely dangerous thing to do, Because if this happens, and God forbid Disney gets a hold of it, or a subsidiary of Disney, because Disney will have control of the subsidiary, you will eventually see a perversion of what Tolkien's works were. I still maintain my opinion that Amazon's Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, will be a perversion as well, because they are adding characters that have never existed in Tolkien's universe before. And by dint of doing this, they are changing Tolkien's world. They're giving Isildur a sister. He never had a sister in Tolkien's works. This has the potential of changing what goes on in Tolkien's established histories. But, unfortunately, there is no Tolkien alive today that can rein in the Tolkien estate. This is why I do not think that Tolkien's works should be allowed to be sold, or the distribution rights or whatever should be allowed to be sold. I think that Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest literary achievements of all time. In fact, I think it is in the top 3 literary achievements of all time. I think that only a few other authors have ever dared come or have ever really achieved a close achievement such as what he has done. Karen Traviss among them, because she did that with the Mandalorians in Star Wars, the expanded universe. And look how Disney and David Filoni treated them. Perverted them and turned them into less than what they were by Karen Traviss. But yes, back to the original topic. Tolkien's works should be revered and treated with the utmost respect. I honestly do not, in good conscience, think that any distribution company can do that in today's time. I honestly don't. Anybody who will have a creative distribution rights to this franchise nowadays will most likely fall under the sway of the constant whining and bitching of the woke panderers or in the woke whiners and SJWs online. And they will eventually give in to them, and they will start making changes and perversions and eventually molestations to Tolkien's work. You do not take a work like that and change it. You do not update it to modern times because it is not of modern times. Honestly, folks, whoever thinks this is a good idea, I think, honestly, they need to re-examine it because there is so much potential for abuse. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this. Whoever decides to pony up $2 billion or more to buy the rights for gaming and live action and whatnot, I am praying that they will have a slew of common sense, a modicum of it, or something, and decide to do it right and not care what SJWs think. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think of this? What do you think of the possibility of further perversions to Tolkien's work? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.